Put. I'm representing the Global Agenda Council on Corruption. If you look back after the Second World War, the urgency of international challenges forced new institutions, World Bank, IMF, UN, etc. Towards the end of the 20th century, the reality of supranational challenges led to global initiatives, the G8, the EU, WEF. All of these have in common their quest for good governance solutions. However, today the credibility of these initiatives are low because they have failed to demand credibility from good governance being preached by their participants at home. This is a real challenge, and we have failed to address that because there's no entry standard into this. For this reason, we feel that the credibility of these global initiatives needs serious attention. That slide needs to run. We believe that the World Economic Forum can set a best practice example, and that example is very simple. For it, sorry, the technology. Just go ahead. Yeah. That all participants in the World Economic Forum, companies, public entities, NGO, should implement a credible, verifiable anti-corruption compliance system in their organizations and report on progress. We need to be the collection of those that practice good governance at home before you can seek good governance on a global level. And that is not only in this forum, but true for all other initiatives. We think WEF is a good starting point. So how do we go about it? Who are the key players to make this work? Clearly, we need the buy-in of WEF. That's very important. We believe that WEF is dedicated to this issue, and we've had a very strong indication that they support it, but clearly we need more of that. We need key governments, and we said, if we have 5 champions from governments, if we've got 5 champions from multinational enterprises, from major state-owned enterprises, as well as large NGOs. In other words, a number of champions that say, we will put it out that we commit to do this, and we encourage others to do the same. By and large, we're already there. We have these. So we need to tie them up, we need to get them to move, and then we need to take it to scale. Why is this proposal unique? Firstly, because it sets the same standard for everybody, for NGOs, for governments, for multinational enterprises. All of you have to practice good governance. Of course, there are different tools available to each of these. For governments, we've got the OECD Convention, we've got United Nations Convention. For companies, we've got PACI, we've got Global Compact, we've got standards. For NGOs, we've got the Yango Charter. So there is something already that they can use. Also, it is likely to succeed because of the absolute urgency of the matter. And because if WEF starts to take a leading role, we have the influential people around the world already part of this initiative. Where do we need help to make this work? We need help, firstly, from the people in this room. Because you need to go out and say, yes, we think this is a good idea. It's simple, but it can fundamentally bring a change about. And that will increase the support from the WEF community. We need outreach to all of the key players that I mentioned, and we need active involvement of the Global Agenda Council on Corruption and PACI. We have those. So I would want to put it a little bit more concretely. If you think this is a bad idea, please tell us. Say, no, this idea, don't tell us it can't work, but if you think it's a bad idea, tell us that. Give us a better alternative to improve the credibility of global initiatives. If you come up with that, we will definitely take it. If you think it's a good idea, please make sure that you go and you tell others about it. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Cobus.